Hello guys, how are we doing? Welcome to our Wednesday workout. So what have we got on the cards today? We have 3 rounds of our first set, 3 moves, 3 rounds, deadlift, pull over, chest fly. Go through these when we get to them. Then we've got another 3 rounds of our second set, 3 moves, bent over row, tricep kickbacks, floor press, and then we've got a core set at the end, 3 moves, 3 rounds. So let's get started. All right, so always we start in a cat-cow. So hands and knees on the mat. Hands are directly under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. We're spreading those fingers apart, pressing the knuckles into the mat, pulling the navel up to the spine, dropping the head. Dropping the spine and lifting the head. Lovely rotation here. Stretching out the hamstrings, the glutes, the back. And that's enough, and we can stand up and do some arm hugs. So alternating one arm over the other. We're doing some hugs, stretching out and activating and mobilizing the muscles and the joints in the upper body. Getting ready for some back and chest action today. 3, 2, 1, and rest. And we'll just do some arm circles. Small circles to start with, then some bigger circles. Very big circles, opening up those shoulders and backwards. Nice big circles, opening up the chest. Very good. All right, so we will do some bodyweight squats. Hips back and down, squeeze the glutes at the top. Don't let those knees go over the toe. Brilliant. Waking up those glutes. Okay. All right, so we got 3 moves coming up. So we can rest for a minute now. We're going to start with our deadlift. I'm just going to go through the form of a deadlift before we start, because this is a really important move to get right so you don't injure your back. Okay, so listen carefully. We have the weights resting against our thighs. We have our head tall, our shoulders back and down, chin tucked in. And what we're doing in a deadlift, we're really just loosely holding these weights. They can roll down the front of our legs. We're not activating those arms at all. We're just using the glutes to go backwards, bringing the hips backwards and snapping them forwards. That's all we're doing. Okay, backwards, really feel a nice stretch in the hamstring, and snap forward, squeezing the glutes. All right, so we're going to start that in 10 seconds, and I'll guide you through the other moves as we get to them. 3, 2, 1, and go. You want to be using a heavy weight here. Heavy weights. But then, you know, if you're new, obviously don't. But if you're not new, you want to challenge yourself with the weight here. Keeping that spine in neutral. Don't bend the back. Pushing the hips back. Snapping them forward. Slow and controlled. We're bringing those weights right down to the shin, at the point at which you feel a nice real stretch in the hamstrings, and then snap forward. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. So the next move, I'm going to use a heavy weight here. I'm going to use my 8 kg here. So it's a dumbbell pullover, okay? We're really focusing on the upper back here, not so much the triceps. So try to keep the arms relatively straight. And go. Keeping the arms straight, go back as far as you can with the arms, and then straight up again. If we're really bending the elbows, we'd be focused more on the triceps, but we're focusing on the upper back here. Very good. Heavy weights, ideally. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so the next one is a chest fly. Light weights for this. I'm using my 5 kg, but I'll see how I go. I might even go down from there. And go. So we're lying on our backs, letting the weights go out to the sides and back up again. Squeezing the chest muscles as we raise the weights. Keeping the navel pulled into the spine. Excellent, guys. Arms relatively straight. 15 seconds to go. So again, under the arms here. You'll feel that tomorrow or the next day. And rest. All right, so they're the 3 moves. We're going to go back to the deadlift now with our heavy weights. Get ready for the deadlift in 3, 2, 1, and go. Keeping the back in neutral. Snapping those hips forward, pushing the hips backwards and forwards. There's no backing down here. Backwards and forwards. That's all that's moving, just your hips. Ten seconds. Keeping those shoulders back and down. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, pull over again. So these are the muscles we're targeting here. Okay, in the upper back. 3, 2, 1, and go. Arms relatively straight. Going right back as far as you can while still maintaining control. And up again. Brilliant for the back. 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, chest flies again. Get ready with the weights above the chest. 3, 2, 1, and go. Pull that navel into the spine. Squeeze those chest muscles as you raise the weights. How low can you go with these weights? Can you drop them down to shoulder level? 15 seconds. 3, no. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. That's 2 sets done. 1 to go. Back to our deadlift. So if you're finding the deadlifts too easy, go heavier on the weights. 3, 2, 1, and go. Be careful here. Don't bend the back. Pushing those hips backwards and snapping them forwards. The weights need to go right down to the shins, ideally. Rolling them down, your hands can be rubbing off your legs. And pushing those hips forward. Backwards, forwards, keeping the chin tucked in. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. Pull over. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. I love this one because it's very hard to target these muscles in the back in a dumbbell workout. It's different if you're in a gym and you have machines, but it's difficult enough to target these muscles. And this one does a great job. Brilliant. 15 seconds to go. Don't let those ribs flare. Keep the ribs down. And relax. Chest fly. Get ready with your light weights over the chest. 3, 2, 1, and go. Well done. How low can you go with the weights? Keep the navel pulled into the spine. Keep the whole core engaged, the pelvic floor engaged. "20 seconds, keep going. Don't flare the ribs. Keep the navel pulled into the spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, that's that set done. So we can take a 30-second break. Our next move is going to be bent over row. So, medium to heavy weight with the bent over row ideally. And we're going to start that in 10 seconds. No, not much rest at all. Grab a drink if you need it before we start. And we're going to go with medium to heavy weights for bent over row. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So you're pushing those hips back, just like in the deadlift, and we're rowing. Bringing those elbows, wrists right up to the body, elbows above the body, squeezing the shoulder blades together at the top. Very good. Focus on trying to squeeze those two shoulder blades together. Again, another good back move, and relax. All right, so now we're going to use light weights, and we're going to do tricep kickbacks. Both sides, okay, both sides together. So again, we're leaning forward, hips back, bring the elbow right up to the level of the body and extend. I'm using 3 kgs here. Sometimes I use 5 for this, but the triceps are nice and small, so they don't need heavy weights. 15 seconds. The smaller the muscle, the lighter the weight needs to be. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. And the next move is going to be a closed grip floor press. So medium weights here, I would suggest. Sorry about the noise. And we're bringing those 2 weights close together, like this, palms facing each other, and press. So again, nice upper body focus here today. Upper body and back. Really working these muscles. Keeping the core engaged, pelvic floor engaged. And rest. All right, so we're going to go back to our bent over row. Same weights. I'm going to use my same weights that I did for the floor press. 3, 2, 1, and go. Row. Just Squeezing those shoulder blades together at the top. Bring the wrists right up to the body if you can. Spine is in neutral, always. Now, if this is a struggle for you, you could always use a chair. Put one knee on the chair and go like that for a little bit of support. 10 seconds to go. Same thing for the tricep kickbacks. You can do one arm at a time and put your knee on the chair to make it easier, and rest. All right, tricep kickbacks again. So get ready. 3, 2, 1, hips back, elbows up and extend. Slow and controlled. Drop the weight slowly. Slowly down. Ten seconds. Slowly lowering. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. Excuse me, coughing into the mic. Floor press coming up. Okay, and go with a floor press. Arms, hands facing each other, palms facing each other. Elbows close to the body, straight up over the chest and back down, slowly lowering. Chin tucked in, navel pulled into the spine, pelvic floor engaged, pelvis tilted, so your back is touching the mat. That really engages the core. Straight up and back down. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. Bent over row coming up again. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. Lean that bum backwards and row. Keep the chin tucked in. Squeezing those shoulder blades together at the top. Slowly lowering. We always want to be moving in both, working in both parts of the move, the concentric and the eccentric. So lifting, obviously we're working, but then slowly lowering means the muscles are also working. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Excuse me. Okay, tricep kickback. If this is too hard at this point, alternate. Do half of the interval with one arm and half with the other. And go with the kickback. Elbows up, extend, and slowly lower. You're extending the arm fully straight and then slowly lowering. Keep going. This is what gives your arms a nice strong shape. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. Floor press. No messing around today. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. Floor press. Really working the arms and the chest here. Keeping that navel pulled into the spine. You want to keep the core engaged most of the time, you know, actively relaxing the core when you're relaxing, but when you're walking, doing housework, you should be engaging your core throughout the day, not just in your workout. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. 30 seconds rest, and we just have some core coming up. So grab a drink if you need it. Don't know if I prefer upper body, like Wednesday workouts. We do tend to focus more on upper body and back and core. Well, we've core in every workout, but I like it. I have to say, I like the upper body focus. Not quite as many endorphins released as you would have on, say, a Friday. All right, so we're going to do dead bug now. You can use weights or not. I'm going to use weights. Starting now. So knees up, arms up, back tucked into the mat. Extend one arm and the opposite leg, and then swap sides. Keeping the back tucked into the mat. Love, love, love this move. We always have glutes and core in every workout because these are the most important muscles for keeping us strong and stable as we age and rest. So the next move is reverse crunch with a weight. You can leave the weight out and have your hands on the mat if you want, down by your sides. 3, 2, 1, and reverse crunch. So we're keeping our legs bent here, dropping our heels to the mat, raising our legs up towards the ceiling and taking the bum off the mat if you can. Slowly lowering, hinging at the hip, not at the knees. Keeping the back tucked into the mat. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Those two moves alone are absolutely fantastic for the core, deep core. Okay, let's go. Actually, we have one more move. We're going to do glute bridge. All right, so we're going to put a weight on our hips here, and we're going to raise our hips right up and slowly lower. Ideally a heavy weight here. I just grabbed a light one, but you should use a heavy weight. Really focus on the glutes. Lean into the heels as you lift the hips. Slowly lower. Lift the hips. Hold for a second at the top. Slowly lower. Go higher than you think you can with those hips. If I was walking around the room, I'd be going higher, higher, higher. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. 3 great moves. You could do all of those without weights on holiday, and that'll be a great little workout. Okay, so we're going to go back to our dead bug. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. Extending one arm, the opposite leg, keeping the back tucked into the mat. Keep the arm as straight as you can. Really focus here. Fifteen seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. You could actually sweat doing that move. It's so hard when you're doing it right. Okay, so weight straight up over the chest. Get ready for your reverse crunch. Knees bent and raise. Hinging at the hip, dropping the heels to the mat, keeping the weight straight up over the chest. Raise the hips off the mat if you can. Also keep the back tucked into the mat. You can see now, if you do all those things, how hard this move can get. Slowly, slowly. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. Glute bridge. Okay, heavy weight if you have one. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. Raise those hips as high as you can, leaning on the shoulders, not the neck. Slowly lowering. Squeeze the glutes. Hold for a second at the top. Slowly lower. Higher than you think you can. Fourteen seconds. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. Same again. Dead bug. Starting in 10 seconds with the dead bug. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. Keeping the back tucked into the mat. Ten seconds. And rest. Well done. Reverse crunch coming up with the weight. Okay, get ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. Hinging at the hip, keeping that back tucked into the mat. If this is too much for you, you can do one leg at a time. Pointing those toes right up to the ceiling, lifting the hips off the mat if you can. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew, glute bridge, get ready. That was tough. It's getting tougher as we go along. That's the way it's supposed to be. All right, get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go with the glute bridge. Nice and high with the hips. Hold for a second at the top and slowly lower. Fifteen seconds to go. Squeezing those glutes, slowly lowering. And rest. Well done, we're done with our Wednesday workout. Excellent. All right, so we're going to do our cool down now, really focusing on stretching out these arms. So let's start with some arm hugs. Stretching out those arms, feeling a nice stretch in the chest and in the back as we do this. Okay, one other move. If you can see me, lean against a wall with your elbow facing the wall and just lean into that and feel a lovely stretch here along the front. Switch sides. Lean into it, feel a lovely stretch along the chest, the shoulder. And we'll just do the opposite side. So that was the front. Now we're going to bring the arm across the body and feel the same stretch along the back and the tricep. Other side. Very good. Shake it out. I think that's enough for today. Well done, guys. Wednesday workout done. Have a good day. I'll see you again on Friday.